Thanks for joining us. Today's lesson will cover navigation for the xkzero Mobile Commerce mobile user. The ease of use of xkzero Mobile Commerce starts with the home screen. The purpose of this session is to provide you with a general feel for the app. We will explore more specific feature options in detail in subsequent lessons. But this is the screen that each user will see each time they log into the app. And this is true regardless of your role. So whether you're a pre-sale rep, route sale, or a van sale driver, or maybe you're a DSD or a delivery driver rep. And the buttons that you will see will vary according to your role or your user permissions. For instance, if you don't have access to asset maintenance, then you won't see the asset maintenance icon. Also, the colors and the names of the application, those are personalizations that can be set on your system on the back end of XMC. So one other thing I want to point out before we get into more of the details is that I'm using an iPhone 8. The layout scheme and the flow of the application is identical for the home screen. So whether you're using an iPad or some other version of an iPhone, basically what you're going to see is the same experience that you're looking at here. So let's start up at the top. So up at the top, you can see underneath the name of the application, two buttons, one for all weeks and one for all days. Now, tapping on either one of those will help you create and filter down a list of only those customers that you need to focus on for today. So for my example, I'm going to tap on all weeks and select week 1. And then I'm going to tap on all days and I'm going to select Monday. And you can see that now I have a much more manageable list of customers. I just have a list of 8 customers from which to choose from here. So I'm going to go back and expand this to all days and all weeks. And you can see now I have a list of 60 customers. Okay, so that's what's happening up here with the top button. Now let's take a look down at the bottom. Down at the bottom, I have a couple of unlabeled icons. All right. So the one on the left over here, the circular, the 2 arrows chasing one another, that's for synchronizations. So it's worth noting on the synchronizations that there are a number of different options, including full sync, and then some more specialized type of synchronization. So we'll cover those other, all of those synchronization options in more detail in a further session. And then also down at the bottom in the gear button, this is to access the settings within the system. So I'm not going to go into detail here. There will be further sessions that will explore some of those settings in detail. All right. So now back to the home screen again. And let's explore the buttons here in the middle of the screen. And we'll start up here with customers. So again, I'm not going to go into great detail on this. I just want to have you get a feel of the flow of the application. So I'm going to tap on the customer button. All right, and it's important enough here to see that I can search on anything that's displayed. So I can go ahead, tap on this search customers here, and then I can search based on city, street, customer number, route number, and so on and so forth to narrow down the choices for my customers. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next button, and that's deliveries. So if my job includes delivery orders, then by tapping on here, I'll see 2 deliveries that I have that are in progress. So actually the reason that this one is red right here is because I already have a delivery in progress that's happening right now. Okay, next icon on the home screen is transactions. So transactions distinct from deliveries, right? So these are deliveries that have not yet been completed. These are transactions that have been completed, right? So in this listing here, you can see my example that I had one route sale. It happened on the 17th. That was a completed transaction and it's been synced. And so that transaction is back and now available in my ERP system. And those transactions that I would see could be new orders, they could be route sales, could be credits, returns, payments, all kinds of things there under transactions. Next, let's look at the user icon. So in the user icon, I can see the name of myself, how I'm logged into the system. And then you'll see here that I have 40 documents that have been shared with me, so I can access those folders and each of those individual documents. And then I can also access survey here. I've received a survey that's asking me, do I plan to attend the all-company Labor Day picnic? And if I do, how many guests am I bringing? So I'm going to go ahead and actually just complete that little survey right there. And you can see that actually knocked that survey off. So we'll cover surveys in more detail in a further session as well. Okay, next icon that I want to take a look at is the route icon right here in the middle. So if I tap on the route icon, I can confirm the route that I'm logged into. This transaction prefix relates to transactions I initiate from my device. And then if I have any documents that are route specific that have been shared with me, I can view those here. Next is the truck icon. Tapping on the truck icon, I can see a number of things, including the identity and the name of the vehicle. I can see any documents that have been shared with me that are specific for this truck. So you can see here that I have an owner's manual for the vehicle and an insurance certificate that's been shared with me. Also, if I have any surveys that are specific for the truck, I can view that and access that here. And then another thing I want to mention is on the inventory that I can go ahead and I can view details about inventory that's been loaded onto my truck. So I access that through the truck icon. Next button on the home screen is the survey button. So when I tap on the survey button, I won't go into any of the specifics, but these are the three main areas that we do surveys for. So I can access all my customer surveys, my truck surveys, and my user surveys from that survey icon on my home screen. Okay. Next up is the photo tagging. So if I tap on the photo icon, then what I can do is I can either initiate a new photo for photo tagging purposes, right? So I'm just going to go ahead here and take a picture of a nice desktop there, and I'm going to use my photo, and then I can set up tags on the back end. So I'm just going to assume that that I am just creating a particular tag right there. I'm not going to worry about the details too much, but you'll see what happens is, as I create and tag those photos, that they're going to accumulate, and those get synced along with everything else to my back end. Okay, more information about those in later sessions too. Okay, assets icon. So we have a full asset management application. So for companies who put equipment or assets at the customer site, this is a place where I can go to and either add or search for assets at a customer site. I can schedule drop-offs, pickups, deliveries, and so on. Again, more details in a subsequent session. And then the last two icons that we'll take a look at today, further down at the bottom. First, the end of day icon. So when I tap on the end of day, you can see that I have the ability to display my end of day processing, and I can choose, any day that I'm out and about. And then what I have at the end of the day is the ability to show all of my inventory movements, a sales recap, payments collected, and so on. And then in the back end of the system, I have all of that in much more greater detail. And then the last button I want you to become familiar with on the home screen is the check-in button. This is a button that you would only access at the end of a day or the end of a week when you're coming back from a tour of customers and you're ready to empty or reload your truck and you want to check back into the warehouse. I'm not going to go ahead and complete that at this time, but I would access that check-in button to complete my day. So there you have it. Hopefully you've got a sense of the organization of xkzero Mobile Commerce home screen. Please check out further videos for more detail on how to do all of the specific tasks in xkzero Mobile Commerce. I hope you found this session useful. Thank you.